You need more information in your weekly status report. This is from back in the early days when project dashboards were becoming all the hot topic in CIO magazine. The 6 largest projects met weekly with the CIO to present current status. Meeting was an hour. But with people not being ready and the CIO always being late, had each project not getting 10 minutes, but more like 56. So I condensed my slides down to 4 to get through it. I was also aware that I was first, so I wanted to get done and let the other PMs get their time in. Most of the others had the same number. One week, CIO gushes about dashboards that they had read about in a leading magazine, and how he wanted our meeting to start displaying more data. All of the PMs roll their eyes. He takes up half the meeting about this. So it was a rush to get the project status in. I go first. Do my 4 slides. CIO goes, see. Kilted slides is a good example of how more data would be helpful. 4 is not enough to get the full view of the project. Let's see a comprehensive dashboard next week. Next week. I'm all set. I've created a massive deck of all the stats I could find, create. They were all time series on the x-axis. But most had 2 y-axis values to be able to overlay the data. My personal favorite was actual work hours. Effort minus meetings. Against system loads as a %. Showing that when people were working, the dev environment was busy, and confirming that the nightly full build and automated testing was actually running after midnight. Handy to know to make sure we had the capacity, but pretty useless at a CIO level status. All of them was a hefty pack of 50 slides. Meeting starts. I'm first, and I go through the slides. At 30 minutes in, CIO goes, how many more slides do you have? Just a few more in the dashboard you requested, sir. I continue on for another 15 minutes. Soon. Kilted? Yes, sir. Just 4 more, and I presented the slides that I had used for the last few months. Kilted. These last slides are perfect. Let's just stick to them for next week. They ended the meeting. We never heard about dashboards again. Death by PowerPoint. Give them what they ask for so they can see what they really need. And later the other project leads thanked you for your service. Or not. I would have certainly offered to buy you a beer if I were there. Oh, dear Lord. CIO magazine, well, there's a big red flag. 2 y-axis values, dear God op. You cannot present a graph with 2 y-axes to a clever person. That's like ConfuseCat stuff. Didn't they teach you somewhere along the line to not do that? But it looks line in the end you had success. Nicely done. I know those 4 are good. That's why I presented them last week and you said you wanted more. Resume generating event. Absolutely hate it when idiot in executive management attends a conference. Here's some half-baked idea from another executive idiot and returns to implement the asinine idea. That creates more problems than it solves. As a data analyst, this is beautiful happy crying face. My boss is constantly telling me that my weekly progress report needs more information, while also telling me that the report needs to be more concise. There's just no pleasing some people. I had a manager who wanted us to fill out a spreadsheet documenting every minute of our day. That had to compare to another timesheet that automatically built from our ticketing system. Most people did this in 10-15 lines. Mine was 50+ lines a day. Every day. Including line items for filling out superfluous timesheet, 27 minutes. And drinking coffee while waiting for printer to warm up, 6 minutes. Within PR there's something called super slides. It's basically a PowerPoint slide with so much information that it becomes impossible for the viewer to understand, but it still looks impressive. When I was in the military, there was a weekly report that I generated, along with the slides. It was presented at the weekly grand briefing for a 4-star general. My 30-page report boiled down to 2 slides, with no more than 30 seconds total presentation time. Any extra time was driven only by the general. I've never been in charge of so much as a banana stand. But even I know that you don't tell people to give you more information in a PowerPoint anything. It's just we're putting new cover sheets on all the TPS reports before they go out now. So if you could go ahead and try to remember to do that from now on, that'd be great. Alright, quote. That first sentence makes me irrationally angry. So happy I don't need to do weekly regress reporting anymore. Death by PowerPoint. God bless you, Kilted. Killed all that noise with the quickness. Open mouth smile. The other project managers must have been at first confused and then grinning evilly behind their hands. Sea levels are the worst.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.